We very much, I think, bridged a little bit of a gap with both of the separate interviews with us interviewing Michael. I think it premiered about 10 days before the news broke, but it was
Oh,
recorded a few days after. I'm actually
That's
doing
right.
like a compilation of all the different clips. So it's like the story so far. So I'm going to be putting dates on them accurately. But then we interviewed Bill, I think, again, like 10 days after. So very much bridging that gap. And from our perspective as fans, it seemed like the news broke in quite an informal way. It wasn't, from Warner Brothers Twitter or anything like that. I think it was literally just an article from either the Hollywood Reporter or Variety. Was that the same? Is that the way that you both heard the news as well, or was it a bit more? Was there some inkling behind the scenes
Oh
before
no,
that?
that's exactly how we heard. We were in a
Nice.
meeting, and this is how I found out, Bill. I don't know your exact story, but
pretty close to the same.
on my phone, a Twitter alert came up, and it said, "Michael Krinsky, is this true?" And I was in the middle of just some meeting, and happened to look down because my phone buzzed, and I was like, "What true?" I hit it, looked at it, and it sent me to that article that said it's being canceled. And I immediately called. I meeting over, and we called Tony and
Yeah.
Allison, who was the head of the studio at the time, and said, "What the hell is this?" And they were like, "We don't know. We're looking into it right now."
And
That
Allison was super upset,
Oh my
as we
God,
all were.
we all were.
Yeah. I found out kind of like one of the execs said Real Effects had texted me and and I forget, I don't even remember what he said. I'd have to look back on it. He said something like don't worry, we're gonna work through this, or something like that, to that effect. And then my son was in the other room and he came out and he's like, Daddy, did you see this? And I kind of looked at the same probably article. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I found out from an anonymous stranger
yeah,
before the studio actually was
it's
able.
ironic.
So
And ironically, I got COVID the same day. I avoided COVID all through all this stuff. Me and Michael traveling to Montreal and all this stuff. Never got COVID. Protected myself. Same day Scoob goes down, I get COVID. I tested positive the following day because I had a
still COVID free. Eat that. I'm like an X-Men. That's my superpower. No
yeah.
COVID. No, I just jinxed myself. I know I'm gonna
I
get
will
COVID.
not let me get